Don't you love it when the tables are turned? When the critic finally has to walk in the shoes of those he so often criticized? When the bully gets to experience what he so often inflicted on others? When the gander finally gets what's been good for the goose? Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine Pirro. This week, after outrage over the publication of interactive maps identifying the names and addresses of legal gun permit holders in Westchester and Rockland County, New York, the Journal News, part of the Gannett newspaper chain, goes into hiding. The newspaper that can't wait to throw into your obituary that you had a misdemeanor conviction 20 years before you died. The same newspaper that sends reporters to your home, calls your telephone number incessantly, waits outside to catch your kids. The same newspaper that invades your privacy and prints whatever innuendo it wants, hiding behind their so-called sources, which they then refuse to reveal. The Journal News goes on lockdown. Now, I'm one of the people that the newspaper identified as being a lawful gun permit holder. And yes, I'm also one of the people who the Journal News has both idolized and criticized. But as an elected, responsible public official, I always took their questions. I answered their inquiries, and I took my hits. Now, the firestorm began when the Journal News identified gun owners in a pedophile-like interactive map. The battered woman hiding from her abuser, whose address has been protected by the courts. The police officer whose family is now in jeopardy. The witness who testified against the bad guy who's in jail and for years has been stewing about that witness. Judges and DAs like me, who not only investigated, indicted, and prosecuted criminals, but as a judge, actually put them in jail. So when the heat is turned up and we want answers and we want to know why, you, the Journal News, can't talk? You shut down? Come on, give us a hint. Was it your leftist, liberal, anti-gun agenda? Did you even think about the consequences? Was it all about money? Will you step up if something happens to one of us? You know you've made us vulnerable. And what is your lame excuse for doing so? We knew publication of the database would be controversial, but we felt sharing as much information as we could about gun ownership in our area was important in the aftermath of the Newtown shootings. Really? Are you serious? That's not enough. One person, the editor and vice president of the Journal News, Cindy Royal, who repeatedly called me when I was the district attorney, answered tersely, "Sorry, can't do that." And that would be why? And in the ultimate hypocritical move, the Journal News looks to people with guns to protect them from the very danger that they've created. Might you have been hoisted on your own petard? Now that you're under the microscope, you look like a deer in the headlights. You're looking pretty weak right now. And my sources tell me you're scared. You're disconnecting your phones. You're hiding behind people with guns after criticizing those of us who legally own them. Get the hell out of your elitist egghead tower, put on your big boy pants, face the music, and start answering some questions. By the way, I know your names and addresses, and I know where your families live. But my mother raised a lady. I think about consequences. I think about the anger out there. It might put you in jeopardy. So I'll be a lady tonight and take the high road. But when you come out of hiding, I've got a chair right here next to me for you to answer some questions.